So remember when the Minnesota fighting Vikings 3 days ago, yes, 3 days ago, moved UDFA speedster track star wide receiver Dan Chisena, UDFA from Penn State, to safety, and we're like, all right, here we go. Obviously, they love his special teams ability. He could turn into a great punt gunner. He's 6'3". He runs a sub fourth. He runs like a 4.3 40. All this heat, all this stank, all this tackling ability. Ooh, put some weight on that kid. He could hit like a ton of bricks. He could be the next John Lynch. He could be the next Joey Browner. He could just bring the thunder back from the back end of that defense and just, woo. You love it, right? And, well, 3 days later, not so much. So the Vikings announced today that they've moved Dan Chisena back to wide receiver, which, I don't know. I thought that at safety, maybe is an indication that he could be a practice squad bound. I think it's going to be a tough row to hoe for him at wide receiver because I don't see the Vikings going further than 7 total receivers on the 53 and practice squad combined. And I think those 7 spots are probably taken, maybe even 8, depending on what happens with Tajay Sharp and Chad Beebe. But it's going to be a little bit tough. It is. And also, how bad of a safety do you have to be? Well, they didn't even practice on Wednesday. So over 2 practice, well, they haven't even practiced today. So over 1 practice, how bad were you in the defensive back room that, hey, even though they've struggled so much at safety to find someone on that back end who can back up Anthony Harris and Harrison Smith, they brought in Steven Parker. They moved Nate Metters from cornerback. You know, they cut Brian Cole II. Josh Metellus is not impressing. Miles Dorn is whatever. They tried out Jediah Dye, former Charger. He may have re-signed with the Chargers. They brought in the corpse of George Aloka, former Vikings legend George Aloka. Yeah, so backup safety, by the way, big point of contention for the Vikings, and it goes under the radar because of the greatness of 41 and 22. But there's nothing there. There is nothing there. So how bad of an impression did you have to make that, hey, this kid cannot play safety at all? We need to reverse course. We already changed his number. We already stitched it. Get the stitching department back on the line. Hey, Chisena is no longer 39. He's going back to 85. I mean, seriously. I mean, that is rough. That is really, really rough. Dan Chisena in 85 out there looking like Greg Camarillo. But I still believe because of his size, because of his speed, maybe he can be something. Maybe he can be that Chris Walsh. Maybe he can be that special teams gunner extraordinaire. Just like the Vikings, they do love themselves some punt gunners. You look at the legendary Vikings punt gunners like first-round pick Cordero Patterson, legendary punt gunner like first-round pick Laquan Treadwell. Vikings put a lot of stock, even first-round picks, in wide receivers who can run down on punt coverage. Woo! So keep hope alive. Former Vikings wide receiver and safety Dan Chisena is back to being a wide receiver. Great. Cool. Anyways, your thoughts. Dan Chisena is moving back to wide receiver. I love this team. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Skull production value.